Well, Nottoway has gone away. Check out this video and we're going to be right back and we're going to talk about it. I want to discuss it.
Welcome to On the Track with Mr. Lee, the podcast where it's always going down.
To understand the dark history of the Nottoway Plantation, it requires stepping back to the antebellum era, stretching from the War of 1812 until the onset of the Civil War in 1861. During these decades, Southern agriculture experienced an explosion of growth driven by global demand for cash crops like cotton, tobacco, rice, and especially sugar. Southern plantations swiftly embraced these lucrative commodities, amassing tremendous fortunes that generated tremendous political and social influence. Sugar emerged as a particularly profitable, and Louisiana was perfectly suited for sugarcane's finicky cultivation. Rapidly, it became America's sugar bowl, hinting at the sweetness but also masking the undeniable human suffering. Growing and harvesting sugar demanded punishing labor year-round, infamous for its harsh intensity, unyielding workdays, and dangerous conditions. Unlike cotton plantations, which offered a short period of relative downtime, sugar plantations required constant, grueling labor. The planters oversaw enslaved African Americans as essential machines rather than human beings, systematically forcing their bodies and spirits beyond endurance to maximize profits.
Okay, now you get the picture. So, when we're talking about this building, this landmark being burnt to the ground, and you have all of these different emotions and feelings about it and perspectives. The only perspective that I can see, and I'm from Louisiana, is that my ancestors slaved over that plantation to build it, to make money for it. They were held against their wills. They couldn't leave there. A lot of things was happening in that plantation. But in modern times, they say, oh, well, we're not living in that time anymore. That's over. So we're just going to keep this building up. And we know it's a reminder of slavery, if you will. We know that. But we want to change the narrative. We want to have weddings here and have a bunch of banquets and all of this type of things. We're going to rent this place out. And you'll be able to see all of the slavery artifacts in this building as you are celebrating your wedding or whatever thing that you're having. My question is, would you have that same energy if it was a concentration camp for Jews, where the Jews were killed and held against their will and all of the brutality that they experienced? Would you think that it would be a good idea to have a wedding there? Or would you even be interested in having a wedding there? All the gruesome things that happened on that plantation were overlooked for the benefit of making money, having a good time, etc., etc. But you want to come up with this black fatigue, but we're dealing with things like this. You can't make that make sense. You can't make it make sense. I would never want to go to a place where somebody got murdered and say, "Hey, man, this is a great place to have a party at. It was only a couple of lives lost here. Let's go have a good time." Nah, it wouldn't make perfect sense. But you have individuals and people out here that are, oh my God, I don't know why people don't want to say it's racist and why they're doing this. This is history and this is, we want to preserve, yada, yada, yada. It's one thing to preserve this, to preserve something and say, hey, this is what happened here. We're leaving this up as a marker of history so we'll never forget what happened. And so people can learn about the travesties that were put upon black people here in this country. But in the meantime, we have an administration that's trying to erase a lot of the black history, but you don't hear them talking about erasing the plantations. You don't hear nothing about them discussing it. But everybody's in an uproar now because this place is burned down to the ground. I don't care one bit about it because it was not used to preserve the history of our people. It was preserved to make money. It was preserved to admire, oh, what a beautiful structure this is. But you missing the point and missing the fact that There were black people that bled and died to put that building up there. But you want to take it as your own and embrace it as your own for the glorious look that it had, the beautiful statue that it had when it sit on the property where it was sitting at. But you want to dismiss the blood that was shed on the ground there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about this situation. If you think that people are wrong because they are happy that this plantation burnt to the ground, let me know what your perception and your outlook is. Good or bad, I don't care. Leave it in the comments. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I will be posting daily. This is Mr. Lee, and you're now on the track with Mr. Lee. I'm out.